Alright, so today I'll be explaining how dopamine control led me to make over 20,000 from beats in under 1 year. Here's some proof of basically what it is. So here's my BeatStars sales. This is only maybe like 50%, 60% of my sales are on BeatStars. I have a lot of sales privately on Instagram, if you know. So this is basically my stats in the last 90 days because I did blow up another beat recently. I think it was maybe like 3 months ago now. So I kind of stopped uploading because I've been trying to focus on this channel so much. So yeah, but this is just like in real time stats before I tell you about the other stuff. This is the sales that I used to get a few years ago, which I'll break down how I was able to like get so much consistent sales for so long. I was probably making around 5K a month around this time, 4K. And this is a song that I blew up that gotten over 50 million streams because this is only on Spotify. So 30, 40, 42 million on Spotify. Probably got another 10 million on Apple, and we're not counting YouTube and stuff. So yeah, I was also on the radio too. So once again, this is not to flex. This is just to show that all this information is coming from a credible source. Let's get into it. All right, so basically, this is me in high school, bro, looking like a fucking bum. This is my room. I don't know what that little. You know what? Don't mind that. This is me in high school. I made like 100 a month. I didn't have no job. I'm just fucking tripping. I love gooning. I love memes and music occasionally. So yeah, that was just my swag. At the time, I decided to do a challenge though, and that was to post 100 beats for 100 days. The only problem was that I was bad at consistency. I needed to figure out exactly what I was gonna. So at the time, I did try to start a type beat channel before this whole challenge. I failed miserably. Maybe like in a week, I just got tired of making the same beat, bro. Like I just got so tired of it, and I just stopped. 6 months later, here I am. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it for 100 days, and this time I'm gonna be really committed. But I just didn't know how to be consistent. Consistency is the main thing when it comes to type beat channels, and I didn't have it, bro. I just didn't know how to be consistent with making beats. I love making beats. I wanted to be able to create different kind of beats every day, not the same old beat. But based on the research I was doing at the time, it seemed like I needed to make the same style beats every day. Like they said, yo, choose a niche and just stick with it forever. So I need to really figure that out. And eventually, I kind of did. Now, you're probably like, why am I looking at speed? What is this? Well, let me explain to you. So I realized I needed some kind of motivation to stay consistent. I couldn't understand how I could goon every day for 5 years straight, but somehow couldn't post a beat every day. Then it clicked. I was addicted to dopamine. I feel like if you're trying to be consistent at something, dopamine, figure out how to control dopamine. Dopamine control is probably a top 10 like skill set. Like I understand there's two things to being consistent: dopamine and convenience. So like for example, if you want to go to the gym and work out, my girl was just telling me about this. She was like, yo, I'm gonna buy an expensive like membership at this expensive gym to work out. And I was like, true, but at the end of the day, when you wake up and you don't feel like working out, you still have to get through all these obstacles before you even start. If you don't feel like working out, why the hell would you get ready, put on your makeup as a girl, hop in your car, drive 30 minutes, get out the car, go get something to eat, and put some gas in? Like, imagine doing all that when you don't want to. So I said, yo, why don't you just get the stuff you need to work out and just put it in your house? And she was like, no, you're right. Yeah, then there's no friction. You can be naked, and if you just like put it in your room. Let's get back to it. At that age, I loved gaming, goofing off, and doing anything that gave me an instant reward. Posting a beat was just the complete opposite, bro. I'd post it, barely get any views, and maybe months later, something would come from it. I don't know. There was no immediate reward. So instead of trying to fight how my brain worked, I used it. I made a rule. I wasn't going to goon/game until I posted a beat for the day. So I'm gonna explain how the challenge went. I would post a beat. No, you know what? I wouldn't even post a beat. What I would do is I would get a phone call from my friends. Yo, because this was like at the time when like Fortnite was fucking peak, bro. I was, every day spamming Fortnite. This is like COVID era. So my friends would call me like, yo, we're about to get on Fortnite. You hopping on? Half of me would want to say yes. I'm going to hop on the game. Like, of course, it's fucking Fortnite. This is like the best game I've ever played in my life. Like, what the fuck? Then the other side of me was like, no, I'm going to get this thing done first, and then I'm going to hop on Fortnite. So when they would call me, I would use that call as a signal to create a beat as fast as possible. Mind you, like I was literally spending maybe like 30 minutes on the beat. I wasn't like going in depth because I wanted to get my reward so fast, bro. This is how it go. Yo, do you want to hop on Fortnite? I'm like, yeah, just give me 30 minutes. And let me just post this beat and I'm hop on. And they'll be like, all right, bet. So literally I'll be like, all right, I gotta rush and make this beat, post it so I can hop on the game. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of used, at the time I didn't know, like everything that I'm breaking down right now, I'm only understanding it worked after it worked. In the moment, it was kind of a theory. I didn't really have it down to a T. I was just like, I like vid games. I'm only gonna play games after I post a beat. But now I'm looking back at it, it was a form of dopamine control. I was just controlling my dopamine to actually give me a long-term benefit, delayed gratification. You know what I'm saying? So now the thing I already wanted to do became the reward for doing the thing I needed to do. Eventually, posting beats stopped feeling like something I had to force myself to do. I had basically attached an immediate reward to something whose real reward wouldn't come until much later. So I kind of used the game, and yes, even goon. And I would like literally be like, yo, I'm a goon after I make a beat, like literally, and then just hurry up and make the beat and then goon or whatever and just fuck off. But now, don't get it twisted. I still had to force myself, but the best part about it is only in the beginning, because once I started getting results, the results was enough motivation for me to keep going. It was just in the beginning when you're getting like 0 views, 3 views, 1 like, 2 likes. When you're making a beat and you're making 2,000 a month, it's actually pretty easy, because you know, like, okay, I'm gonna post this beat, it's gonna get 1,000 views in under 24 hours. Like, I'm doing this for people. Whereas like in the beginning, you're not doing it for nobody. You're just doing it to kind of build that foundation first and then understand how everything works. After that, after I got the consistency part down, I just needed to know what niche to choose, what kind of beats to make, what tags to use, how to know when to switch niches, how do I title, how do I price my beats, do I put free, why is every beat free but it's not actually free, and what does that mean, and breaking down all that. Luckily, I kind of made like this channel for my past self. So like, if you need help finding, I feel like the hardest problem was like finding what kind of beats you want to make for a long period of time, because if you choose a niche that you hate, by the time you hit that like 15th day, you're probably not gonna like making it. So I made a video. I was gonna break it down in this video, but I decided like, yo, fuck that. I already made a video like breaking it down way better than I was gonna half-ass it in this video. So if you guys want to understand how to find your niche, don't worry about the title. I just needed to clickbait some producers at the time, bro. But this video basically breaks down how to find your niche. I use a method called passion, scalability, demand. I use those 3 like circles and break down. I also break down tags, like your overall score. So just go on my channel, look for a video called how to make 10K from selling beats online. I probably dropped a link in the comments for the producer. This is basically like the good part of the story. I know it's pretty quick. I just want to make a quick video. If you want me to go more in depth, I have a community where I literally have like a whole producer roadmap, like breaking down everything. We're talking like 30 minutes to an hour video, every single step. So if you want to join and actually see those things, link is in the description. And yeah, but I ended up going from Cardi beats to drill beats, then to Detroit style beats. And once I did that, my last switch was on my 102nd day, and my life changed after that. I'm not gonna lie. Like, so this was around the time I was doing Shawnee Bin Laden. He's a drill artist, and I was getting like 3,000 views. Cool. In the past 48 hours, it was pretty cool. Then like a few weeks later, started averaging like 10K every 48 hours, and it was really this beat that changed my life, right? This Detroit style beat. And then it went to 30,000, and it went on. I definitely got like maybe like max out like 60,000, 70,000 in the past 48. And you know what that led to, right? Of course, we all know what it led to. It led to all of this, getting money every, like literally I was making almost $100 a day, bro. Like literally just cooking them, bro. Because you got to understand, this is only BeatStars. There was people emailing me trying to buy beats, and there was people in my DMs trying to buy beats. So it was all platforms. This was just the most automated platform. But yeah, this was like a kind of era that I kind of moved on. After I started like my artist career and rap and shit, I kind of just stopped it because I got too busy. But like I said, a few months ago, I decided to try it again. And literally, as you can see, right over here, shit just literally picked back up, bro. Like, this isn't even peak. One of my videos literally got like 200K, bro. 250,000 views, like just like that. And I was just like cooking them again. So me doing it again kind of proved to myself that like, okay, this isn't like luck. Like, I actually have a skill for this type beat shit, and that's why I decided to make this video. So like I said though, if you guys want to join my community to where I break down every single part in the producer roadmap, link is in the description. And yeah, bro, I'm gonna catch y'all.